Hey, everybody out there. You're tuned in to 91.8 The Fan. You're in my corner, and I have a very special guest in the corner, and they're going to try very hard not to die on us. But would you like to unveil your
No,
secret identity to the masses?
I am Batman.
Oh
No
my,
one but Chuck Huber is Batman.
oh my God, I always thought you might be Batman.
I'm totally Batman. No, I'm Chuck Huber. I'm a voice actor. I started off in the role of, let's see, Garlic Jr. and Android 17 in Dragon Ball Z. I also play Emperor Pilaf in the new Dragon Ball movie, which is, did you hear about this? The DBZ movie's like grossed, it's like in the number 10, top 10 anime of all time. Like it passed Howl's Moving Castle in like record time.
Yeah, isn't it last I saw the list, it was at 9, and it was
Yeah.
above The Wind Rises. So
Uh,
congratulations for being a
Thank
part of
you.
that.
Yeah, thank you. And then I also did Hiei and Dr. Stein and Hero from Shin-Chan and Kululu from Sergeant Frog, bunch of different anime. I've been doing anime since 19 way back in 1998, back when the interwebs did not have Skype as we are Skyping right now.
Yes, but I mean, it must be so nice though to. I'm sure you never thought when you started working on Dragon Ball that so many years later you'd actually still be working on Dragon Ball.
No, the funny thing is, like when, excuse me, I started my career in Chicago and as an actor, I went to DePaul University, and I quit college in my third year to start working at the Steppenwolf Theater and the Goodman Theater. So I started out as a theater kid in Chicago, and then did a bunch of TV stuff and movie stuff up in Chicago, and voiceovers, but for commercials. And then we moved to Texas because Chicago was no place to raise a family, and my parents and brother and sister were down here in Texas. So we moved down here, and I didn't expect to find as much work down in the Dallas Fort Worth area as I did up in Chicago. And a buddy of mine came into rehearsals one day, like, you should go audition for this Dragon Balls thing, man. They're auditioning for it over in North Richland Hill. When I went to do it, I didn't even think it was like, I thought it was like some guys in their basement trying to make anime or something. I remember going to the audition not knowing, whether or not it was real, and then when I got cast, I didn't know if I'd get paid. I was like, these, because Funimation started off very, very small, and now to have them as huge. I mean, it's like it is legitimate news, movie news, that the Dragon Ball Resurrection of his, I don't know, it's kind of killing at the box office, which is awesome.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic, and it's great to be able to go to a theater, especially for a lot of anime fans that grew up with this stuff and be like, this is what I was waiting for ever since I was a kid, to see more anime in the theaters.
Yeah, it's interesting. Anime has become legitimized as the second generation starts to have their children. So like kids who were 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 back in the 90s now are starting to have their own children who are getting to be 6, 7, 8 years old. So it's like this second resurgence of love for DBZ. And so we get people coming to the conventions who are not only fans I've met previously, but now it's children as well. So, for it to have this sort of second resurgence of it was definitely a surprise. And the fact that I do crazy cartoon voices for a living, that I never thought would have happened.
And the cool thing too is that you're also touching with video game fans as well, because the Dragon Ball video games are very much, enjoyed as kind of cult classics, and they keep releasing more.
Yeah, I the DBZ video games, and then I've also done like Ghostbusters and Borderlands 2 and Eon Flux, a bunch of other video games too, which came directly out of doing Dragon Ball. So Dragon Ball Z not only gave me my anime voiceover career, but it introduced all the people doing the video games, and so they ended up doing video games. So it gave me two careers.
Man, I really wish I had brought my Ghostbusters cover to Amazing Las Vegas Comic Con, where I got the chance to meet you again, because
Yeah,
I have a bunch of just additional voices who have signed that cover.
that's
like,
right.
like
That's right.
that's all it is. It's just like I have like your Paul and like Travis Willingham, a bunch of other people who have just were just additional voices and stuff like that. And obviously, I believe you were the Stay Puft Marshmallow brand representative in Ghostbusters, if I recall.
Sure, I don't know. I actually don't. The only thing I remember about the Ghostbusters video game was that I got to play. They said there's going to be an answering machine in the fire station, and whenever you come back, you'll check the answering machine. We want to have a bunch of different crazy voices of people who are having ghost trouble. So they basically just turned me loose on a microphone for a while. I was like, okay, what if I'm dying? I found someone in my bathtub, or oh, it could be there's a ghost in my cereal, and so they just kind of let me do whatever I wanted, and like 7 or 8 of the voices ended up on the answering machine. So it's fun to go listen to the answering machine and hear all my silliness.
That's fantastic, because obviously with material that you have to dub, you can't really, just go in there and improv.
Yeah, it's true. That's probably one of the main differences between anime and game voiceover, is that typically with the games you don't have to match the flaps like you do in anime. Although there have been several anime where we got to improv a bit. Sergeant Frog, there was a lot of room for maybe he'd say it this way, or maybe this is a different joke we could make. And with Shin-Chan, there was lots of try to make this funny anyway you can, and we were given total free reign. And in the Hetalia to some extent, although that was more in the writing of it. Jamie Markey and I were allowed to write really whatever we wanted, whatever jokes we wanted to make.
I have to credit Hetalia, actually, because, I've been watching anime my entire life, and I had this major burnout, because I work with the station, I'm the owner. I had this major burnout with anime where I knew of it, but I didn't watch any of it. It just wasn't catching my interest. So about 2-3 years of me really not sitting down and watching a series, and finally Hetalia got me to watch anime again, because it was so hilarious.
Well, all right.
So thank you.
Good. For Hetalia, Hetalia hooks a lot of people. I've also had a lot of people tell me that Yu Yu Hakusho hooked them. That was the first anime they ever watched. The people who missed the Dragon Ball Z chain when Yu Yu Hakusho was on Adult Swim. Or Toonami, I can't remember. Or maybe it was on both. But that hooked a lot of people into anime. I love it when we can find out what people's starter animes were.
Oh, well, my starter anime was Sailor Moon, so I'm sorry.
Yeah, of course. Mine was Speed Racer, so.
Yeah, no, that's a fantastic one too. But with Hetalia, since you did mention it, hopefully, I know it hasn't been announced. This is just hopeful speculation. You'll get a chance to reprise your role and work on script writing again, because they are doing a new season, for anybody out there who doesn't know.
That I've kind of pushed away from the script writing stuff, because that's really hard work, and I don't like to work that hard anymore. But yeah, definitely. I hope Austria's in it, and I get to do some more. Oh, Austria is such a silly character.
I love talking with a lot of people about that series, because I can't watch that series in Japanese, because what a Japanese person finds stereotypical for that ethnicity isn't the same for what a Western person will. So I love talking about the voice actors when you have to do these crazy voices. Were you ever worried of being too stereotypical, or even too racist? And it's hilarious, the answers that I get out of it.
Yeah, I don't think we were worried at all about. I mean, kind of when Jamie and I were writing the series, we sort of had the Daily Show as our sort of bar for how far we would rip into every country. We were just trying to find the foibles of every single country, so that you could, and to be sure, an American perspective is totally different from a Japanese perspective on the rest of the world. I mean, World War II, we were on opposite sides,
Yes.
And we dropped nuclear bomb on them. So, it's going to be slightly different.
Just a smidget. But
might see it different.
But I love that you guys, did the show, because there's so much. I love that when people can laugh at stereotypes and they're not super serious, because the internet loves to make them super serious.
Yeah, I think it's gotten a little too. People are way too worried about stuff nowadays. I think everybody needs to be respectful and personal life, when you're talking to humans. But I think when it comes to art or comedy or satire, there's no limit to, you should be allowed to do whatever you want to do, and so long as you're trying to make a point. That is silly to say, considering my first feature film is a musical comedy about September 11th. So, that's just how I roll.
Hey, I think it's brave and ambitious, and I wish you the best of luck, and I hope that the fans check it out as well.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Well, for the listeners out there, we're going to take a short break here on 91.8 The Fan, but don't go anywhere because our special guest is our Keep It Tuned to your favorite station, where we play everything you want and nothing you don't. Hey, everybody out there, you're tuned in to 91 Point The Fan. You're in my corner, and my special guest still alive and breathing in my corner.
I am.
Oh, that's good. That's good. See, I didn't hurt him. All you people in our life, I didn't do anything.
I'm still alive. It's certainly possible that I've died, and this is an alternate reality that we've all been placed in which you are the queen and in charge of all of us. Perhaps that's it.
Finally, Kana will finally be a thing. But there are some new projects that have been announced in the anime world as well, such as Blood Blockade Battlefront.
Right.
So you're in that, and I don't know how much you can talk about that at this point, but congratulations.
Thank you. I don't remember which one that is. I hear it's one that everybody loves. I haven't been doing any major roles lately, so anything I've done is it's supporting or like a bad guy, little killer, one episode bad guy role. So I haven't been paying that much attention to anime. Like I hadn't even seen Attack on Titan until recently. Everyone was talking about it, and I was like, oh, well, that looks awesome, but I'd never seen it.
Yeah,
but Matthew Mercer actually got me to see it. He and I were at a convention together. He's like, you should come check out my show. And I was like, okay. And we went and watched it, and I was like, oh my God, they're giant zombies. He was like, I know. And I was like, giant zombie babies. He was like, I know. And then like his character comes in and like slice, and like kills everybody and saves everyone, and kind of looks at towards the screen and goes, I'm awesome. And I was like, oh my God, your character is so awesome, Matthew. And he was like, I know. So that's about the last anime I've seen, was one episode of Attack on Titan. But I hear Blood Blockade Battlefront, which is my new favorite tongue twister warm-up. Blood Blockade Battlefront. I hear it's really good. If I'm not mistaken, that may be the one where I play a Russian chess player. I think I have Russian dialect. I'm not sure. It may not be this one. It may be this one.
I believe you're correct. Yes.
I can't. Maybe this is it. And then I am definitely... Yes, that is my character.
Yes, that character is brand new, and also the Rolling Girls was announced as well, which you play two characters in that.
Do I really?
Yeah.
Good for me.
Yeah, for you. Fantastic. You play Han-chan and Kokichi Otawa, I believe.
I believe so, too.
Yes. I like that you just agree. It makes it so much easier.
Well, you know what? I mean, like, I have a hard time changing pants, much less keeping up with all the anime that happens around.
No, I totally understand. I just want the fans to know that they can look forward to seeing you in these newer projects. But are there any projects that aren't anime related that you want to pimp out to the fans and that they should totally check out?
I play once again a Russian person in it's a movie called Amerigeddon. Comes out in September, I believe. And if you want to know what the movie's about, just refer to the title. It's called Amerigeddon, which is a combination between Armageddon and America at the same time. It's about the UN taking over Texas and trying to take their guns away. And I'm the bad Russian bad guy.
Wait, are you trying to take guns away? I'm not sure I like that.
Yes. I will take your guns away. That's what I will do.
Shaking my finger at you disapprovingly.
Yeah, it's a very, very moose and squirrel accent. The moose and squirrel. You don't even know. Do you know Rocky and Bullwinkle?
I do, yes.
Oh, okay, good.
No, don't worry. Even if I don't think the show was still running, when I was a kid, but I'm sorry. But I do try and keep up with pop culture.
Good. I'm glad you are. That's good. Because you're literate. You know cartoons of the past.
Yes, they also had that movie as well that they did. I can't remember when they did it.
Oh,
It's
the
like
3D animation
yeah, it
thing?
was like a
Yeah, that was,
3D live action cross thing. That was interesting as
I
well.
didn't like I didn't like
I'll just call it interesting to
I
be
didn't like that. You
neutral.
know what? I didn't like that Lone Ranger movie either. I didn't like that one either.
That one I didn't see. I still need to see the Mr. Peabody and that one. That one I still need to see too because I wonder what they did with
Right.
that one.
Yeah.
But
I'm waiting to see. I hear they optioned the Magic 8 Ball to make a movie out of the Magic 8 Ball. So
oh
I'm.
no, are you kidding me?
They did Battleship, and now they've done Magic 8 Ball. I can't wait till they do like Connect Four the movie or Tic Tac Toe the movie.
Well, they did Pixels. I don't know if you heard about this.
No, yeah, I did. Have you seen it? I'm not
I
sure.
haven't seen it yet. I know quite a bit about it because the internet is just going nuts over it because apparently it was that bad.
Oh no, it was Fantastic Four bad.
Oh gosh, that has like a 10% rating on Rotten Tomatoes, if I remember correctly.
That's a record. I believe it's a record
Yes.
low rating. Like people know that, ooh, this is so bad. We need to preserve this. We need to memorialize this on Tomatoes somehow. Do not deviate.
Oh,
No one go above 10%.
it's got a 9% now.
It's going down. Thank God.
Yes, 23% people liked it.
You know what's funny is that I did not like the first one. I didn't think it was as horrible as everybody thought it was. But the second one looked amazing in the trailers, and then apparently it's not.
That sounds about like a lot of movies. Like,
You know, I'm cutting a new trailer for my movie right now, and I'm having the same sort of like, am I making a trailer that's right as the right thing about the movie? But I don't know. Making a trailer, like everybody should be able to make a trailer that makes a movie look awesome.
they should in theory, but at the same time, people
Yeah.
make interesting decisions in marketing. Uh,
Uh, uh, let's talk deep marketing conundrums. I think that's what everyone wants to hear.
it's a new spectrum for anime fans alike, so don't worry about it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
But actually, for the fans who want to meet you in person and talk to you a little bit
Yes.
more, what conventions do you have coming up?
Yes. This Sunday only, I shall be appearing at the Mayborn Science Center in Killeen, Texas, from 12 to 6 p.m. That's Killeen. It's in between Dallas, Fort Worth, and Austin. It's right, one of the Army bases, I believe. I'm not that up to speed on such things. And then after that, I don't do anything until, I think, Glass City Comic-Con in Toledo, and then Amazing Houston. So 2 Texas ones back-to-back-ish.
Awesome. And then there are some more cited on your animecons.com as
there?
well. Yeah, it says there's.
Where am I going?
It says Space Coast Comic Con September and
I'm doing that.
and then TriCon at the end of September.
Yeah.
And then Realms Con, which is in Texas in October.
Wow, 3 Texas. I gotta make sure. And then after that, Jessica and I get to go to New Zealand and Australia.
Oh my God. Fantastic.
Yeah.
That sounds like a lot of fun. Hopefully you take a bunch of pictures. And
We decided already we're gonna take 3 pictures, and they're all gonna be of my left foot. I don't know, but we decided that beforehand, just to ruin any enjoyment.
I hope you make a new Instagram just for that.
Yeah. I should do that. Pictures of Chuck's feet. Someone told me that Helen Keller has an Instagram, and they're just black. It's just black. There's nothing.
God.
Just totally black. It's like that funny time when your friend stopped by, and then it's just black. But there's a bunch of them. So
I did not know that was a thing. That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's totally a thing. Helen Keller tells you about her world through Instagram. It's kind of awesome.
Fair enough. Well, hopefully we'll see you on. I believe another one you're scheduled for is Kana Alt Delete at the end of December or mid-December.
Correct, in Chicago. Yes.
And I actually have a reporter going to that, so hopefully he'll be able to.
Very good. No, I'm going to hide from them and ignore all your calls or emails from here on out.
If you do that to him, that's fine. I'll just tell him to keep going. If you just keep ignoring him, and then it'll be a cruel. Super excited for that.
Yeah,
I'm a great boss. Um, but for the fans out there, since we're nearing the end of this interview, I was wondering if there are any words of wisdom, dating advice, predictions for the end of the world you'd like to share with the listeners out there.
Yes, the world has already ended, or as a matter of fact, it has never ended and never begun. So you are already living in permanence of eternal reality. So stop worrying about tomorrow. Dating advice, yeah, you should date. And what was the other one?
Words of wisdom.
Oh, words of wisdom. Asparagus and swizzle stick. Those are your words of wisdom today.
That's heavy, Doc.
Yeah,
Well, for the fans
pretty
out there, before we let you go, where can they stalk you in a nice way online?
Charles Cody Huber or Chuck Huber on Facebook. You can find me and you can friend me if you want. It's really exciting. Or Instagram, Chuck Huber, Twitter, Chuck Huber. I think it's just Chuck_Huber on both counts that way.
I will Instagram. I haven't actually done that yet. I'm new to Instagram.
I like it.
Oh, you like that I'm new to Instagram?
No, I like Instagram. Bad Instagram. But like, I got a new iPhone, and now I don't know how to make it instantly go to my. So I'm having technology issues.
It's taken me a while to try and use Instagram because you have to make the pictures a certain size, and on Twitter I don't have to do that. So I was addicted to using Twitter and having my pictures be the full size. So
yeah, I don't. When I'm taking a picture for Instagram, I have to think about it being an Instagram as I'm taking the picture, or I take the picture wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's the big problem with Instagram. Why don't you give me an option, Instagram?
Oh, I know. That'll be easy when they do. We'll all be like, oh my God, Instagram has 2 shapes of pictures.
Oh my God. But awesome. Well, I hope the fans will get a chance to, follow you and watch some of your latest work that's coming out. And thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And for any of the listeners out there that missed any of this interview, don't fret. You can find it on the website within the next few days. So keep your eyes peeled to 918thefan.com and your ears tuned to 91.8 The Fan. Play everything you want and nothing you don't.